Let's get right into it. Number 10, quantum immortality and the many worlds interpretation. Quantum mechanics suggests that reality may branch into multiple outcomes every time a quantum event occurs. In the many worlds interpretation proposed by physicist Hugh Everett III in 1957, each possible outcome actually happens in a separate version of reality. One unsettling idea connected to this is called quantum immortality. The theory suggests that from your own subjective point of view, you might always experience the branch of reality where you continue to survive. In situations where death is possible, accidents, illness, or disasters, other versions of you may die in different branches, but your consciousness would only continue in the branch where you survived. Over time, this would mean your personal timeline becomes increasingly unlikely, as you repeatedly exist in the rare scenarios where survival occurs. While this idea remains purely theoretical, it highlights just how strange the implications of quantum mechanics can become. Number 9. The Great Filter Ahead. In 1950, physicist Enrico Fermi asked a simple but haunting question: where is everybody? Considering the vast age and size of the universe, intelligent civilizations should have appeared many times. Yet we see no clear evidence of them. One explanation is known as the Great Filter. This idea proposes that somewhere along the path from simple life to advanced interstellar civilization lies an extremely difficult barrier that almost no species survives. The most unsettling question is whether that filter is already behind us or still ahead. If it lies in the future, it could represent something that destroys civilizations once they reach a certain level of technological development. Whether through environmental collapse, uncontrolled technology, or threats we haven't even imagined yet. Number 8. Time crystal civilizations. In 2012, Nobel Prize-winning physicist Frank Wilczek proposed the concept of time crystals, structures that repeat in time rather than space. In simple terms, they exhibit motion that repeats continuously without requiring additional energy. Scientists later managed to create small versions of time crystals in laboratory conditions, proving that such structures can exist under specific circumstances. Some speculative theories suggest that extremely advanced civilizations might eventually find ways to encode information, or even consciousness, into structures like these. If something like that were possible, such beings might experience time very differently from us, potentially perceiving entire timelines at once rather than moving through time, moment by moment. Number 7. Simulation decay. In 2003, philosopher Nick Bostrom proposed the simulation argument. It suggests that if advanced civilizations develop the technology to simulate entire universes, and if they run many such simulations, then simulated realities could vastly outnumber the original base reality. Statistically, that would mean it's more likely that we exist inside a simulation rather than the base universe. If that were the case, our entire existence would depend on whatever system is running the simulation. The unsettling part is that such a system could fail, be shut down, or simply be abandoned. While there is currently no evidence that our universe is a simulation, the idea raises interesting questions about the nature of reality itself. Number 6. Boltzmann brains. In the 19th century, physicist Ludwig Boltzmann explored how order can emerge from randomness through statistical mechanics. His work led to a strange implication. In an infinite or extremely old universe, random fluctuations could eventually produce any arrangement of matter, including something as complex as a human brain. A Boltzmann brain would spontaneously appear with memories and thoughts, despite never having lived a real life. Because creating a single brain would require far fewer particles arranged in a specific way than creating an entire universe, some cosmologists argue that such brains could theoretically be more common observers than naturally evolved ones. This thought experiment is mainly used to test the limits of cosmological theories, but it shows how probability can lead to bizarre possibilities. Number 5. The dark forest hypothesis. Another explanation for the silence of the universe comes from the science fiction writer Liu Cixin. His dark forest hypothesis imagines the cosmos as a dangerous place where every civilization hides in silence. Because communication across interstellar distances takes thousands or even millions of years, civilizations can never truly know another species' intentions. In such an environment, revealing your location might be risky. According to the idea, advanced civilizations might stay quiet and observe the universe, avoiding broadcasting their presence in order to reduce potential threats. Number 4. False vacuum decay. Modern physics suggests that the universe might exist in a temporary energy state called a false vacuum. In this scenario, space itself is stable for now, but not in the lowest possible energy state. If a transition to a more stable state occurred somewhere in the universe, it could create a bubble of new physics that expands outward at the speed of light. Inside that bubble, the laws of physics might be completely different, meaning atoms, molecules, and life as we know it would no longer exist. Scientists believe such an event would be extremely unlikely in the near future, but it remains an intriguing theoretical possibility in quantum field theory. Number 3, the anthropic principle's dark implication. The universe appears remarkably well suited for life. Tiny changes in the fundamental constants of nature could prevent stars from forming, stop chemistry from working, or make complex structures impossible. The anthropic principle suggests we observe these precise conditions simply because only universes with life-friendly physics can produce observers. However, if a vast multiverse exists with many variations of physical laws, it could also contain countless universes where conditions are only partially suitable for life. In such places, reality might behave in ways very different from our own universe. Number 2, the omega point and forced resurrection. Physicist Frank J. Tipler proposed a speculative idea known as the omega point theory. In one version of the concept, an extremely advanced intelligence could emerge in the far future of the universe with enormous computational power. In theory, such an intelligence might be capable of recreating or simulating every conscious mind that ever existed. If that were possible, consciousness might not truly disappear after death, but could potentially be recreated in some form of future simulation. The idea is highly speculative, but it explores how physics and computation might intersect at cosmic scales. Number 1. The Big Rip. In 1998, astronomers studying distant supernovae discovered that the expansion of the universe is accelerating. This expansion is believed to be driven by something called dark energy, which makes up most of the universe's total energy. If dark energy continues to strengthen over time, some models predict a dramatic future called the Big Rip. In this scenario, the expansion of space would eventually become so powerful that it overcomes gravity. Then the forces holding solar systems together, and eventually even the forces binding atoms. Everything in the universe would gradually be pulled apart as space itself stretches faster and faster. That's all for today. If you want to see more videos exploring strange scientific ideas, mysteries of the universe, and mind-bending theories, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for the next one.